Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my God. That took off, man. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Time has finally come after a long winter. Spring has arrived. The stripers have arrived. I have arrived. We're here at the Raritan Bay, walking up to our first spot this morning. We've seen some pictures of dudes catching a lot of fish. So we made sure we got out here this Easter weekend. We're gonna be starting out here on a little peninsula right by the mouth of the Raritan River. Fished here before, caught a few. But we're gonna try this spot right now. Almost high tide in about an hour. We're gonna fish through the high tide and then we're gonna go hit another spot about 30 minutes away. So stay tuned. I already see some boats out here, man. That probably means there's dudes marking fish. Probably means we're gonna catch some, so let's go get them. All right, starting out with the bucktail. We're gonna throw a trailer on there. It's a bit off a tail of a gulp. That looks good, doesn't it? Got some boats here, but they are just too far out of range. Maybe 300, 400 yards offshore. They're all pretty clumped up too. Just telling me that there is bait. It's just not close to shore. I'm gonna give it about 10 more minutes. If I don't see anybody catch a fish, we're gonna get out of here. Got this kayak moving over towards us. This seems pretty still though, man. Seems pretty still. Looks like most of the boats have moved out to the very middle. Which is unfortunate, because I don't have a boat. Ditching the first spot. There was bait here. It was just way offshore. We're not gonna waste our time. We know of a handful of other good spots on this bay and even down the Navesink River. So, on to the next spot. Alright guys, just pulled up to our second spot. Gonna fish the other side of this bridge. Ooh, look at that. Big old bunker. It's not a bad sign. We're gonna head up here to this point. We're on the windy side of this river. I'm gonna give this about 30 minutes. Try the other side. At that point, will be high tide. And then we're gonna go fish the back of a creek, assuming we don't catch a lot of fish here. All right, we're switching it up. The SP minnow. Gotta try something a little bit different. See if they take to it. All right, guys, we're at our third spot, the little park that juts up on a little creek that shoots off the river we just fished. It's a good high tide spot. Sometimes the fish will stack up in here in high tide. Mostly schoolies, but got some bigger ones too in here. We're gonna give this a shot. Fish through high tide, and then probably go back to the Raritan Bay. Try a couple spots on our way back home. Tell you what, man, it's a bummer. I think this cold front might have done something to them. Maybe push the bait out deep like we saw it in the Raritan Bay, or I don't know. Just feels very quiet. There's a lot of dudes out here fishing. Haven't seen a single guy pull one up. Haven't really seen any bait. Bait could have gone deep. It's tough. It's tough when you only got 1 or 2 days to get out here. But day's not over. Still have 3 or 4 hours. It's gonna warm up a bit. Hopefully that helps. Check the spot out. Here's a little park. There's a bridge right here. We're gonna be fishing on the bank. Probably not wading, depending on the tide. We might be able to get out a little bit, but not really a wading spot. Let's see how we do. Oh, this is nice, man. Got the place to myself. I love it. And it's out of the wind. I could stay here a lot longer. That wind. It's not that cold today. It's probably in the 50s. But when you're on that windy side of the river, it's fucking cold. Man. What are you telling me, man? All right, we're just kind of fishing on this seawall here. There's a great high tide spot. We are almost at high tide. There's fish here, we'll know pretty quickly. Bumping through something. Going with this SP minnow. There's just so much crap on the bottom of these creeks. It's tough to drag a jig. SP minnow always does the trick. Just because it's so calm, I'm tempted to put like a popper on. Just really do some fish finding, cover some water. Oh, that's a fish. There we go, guys. Woo-hoo. That's a pretty good size one too, man. 3rd or 4th cast. We're gonna loosen the drag. All right. Took that SP minnow, man. Didn't take too long. We just had to find the right spot. Kind of hard to turn this guy. Might be a bigger fish. Come here, buddy. Just always worried on these SP minnows that I'm gonna shake them. Never know how many hooks you got in them or how well they're in there. Man, he is taking me right to shore. Come on, buddy, come this way. Pretty good fish, man. Pretty good fish. He's got one hook in him. All right. First fish of the day. First fish of the year. It's a nice striper. Probably slot. Good chunky guy on that SP minnow. Third cast in this third spot here. We're gonna let this guy go. Just had to keep hunting for him. We knew they were here. Had to find the right location. That was a pretty good sized fish too. I've only really caught schoolies back here. I mean, that was probably a slot. I didn't measure it or anything, but slot or just under. Tell you what, this spot's much nicer too out of the wind. And I got the spot to myself. Sometimes following the crowd is not the move. Oh, I never hit right there. Good little action. Could have just ran through some bunker or something, I don't know. Seemed to be over here to the left in this little pocket. That's where I've gotten got the first fish and that last bump. Just saw some bait flick out there. Good signs here, man. A lot of life. Just was not seeing that. And that first spot on the Raritan Bay, wasn't seeing that by the bridge, but back in this creek, we've got bait, we've got fish. Oh, that's a hit right there, man, right in the middle. Pause it. Ooh, we're running through bait there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Big clump. Bunker must just be stacked up in here. Saw a bunch flicking. I made a cast and ran through a handful of them. Oh yeah. We're gonna park right up here. A good spot. Oh, this is a perfect spot right here. Look at this. Got no trees behind me. All right. Yeah, man, there's just bunker flicking in there. Almost makes me want to put on a top water. Oh yeah, look at that. There's just a ton in there. This is the spot. Oh yeah, we're running through them right now. They're going nuts. I know this SP is working, but I just cannot resist putting on a top water. We know there's bunker here, man. We know the fish are active. Can't resist that spook. Let's give it a shot. It's about 10 o'clock, so it's a little late to be throwing a top water. I just feel like there's so much bait here. You know the fish are feeding. I'm gonna get one way up in this pocket. Maybe there's some schoolies up shallow. I love this spot though, man. Little creek. I feel like most of the time when you're striper fishing, you're just on Big old rocky bluffs, fishing in the heavy surf. This is just totally different, but there's big ass fish here, man. Almost feels like you're fishing a lake. I think after this, we're actually gonna put on a bigger spook. We're gonna give one more cast. Like, the thing with the spook is either, I feel like you don't need to make too many casts, If there's fish that are feeding actively on top, you're gonna catch them on like your second or third cast. All right, that's all I needed to see there, man. They're not hitting top water. I caught one down by the bridge like an hour ago. We don't want to. Be a cool camping spot. Ooh, look at this. This is cool. Someone made a little fort here. Looks like someone might have been out here for a long ass time. And bottles and shit. Oh, this is a cool beach. Cool beach here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like the look of this. All right, we're on this third point. Back there was the original spot we were fishing where we caught that first fish. And I like this spot here because it's where the creek narrows. And it's where I think I can pretty much fish to the deep channel where these stripers are gonna be cruising out of here as the tide goes out. So no one's gonna get past me without getting a look at my lure. I like my chances. Switch back to that original SP minnow. Something about these yellow colors seem to turn these fish on. Doesn't matter if it's chicken scratch or whatever the hell this color is. Oh, that was a hit. That was a hit, folks. We are back in them. We are back in them. Could be small schoolies. I have a feeling I've caught schoolies here before. We could have also bumped a bunker. Oh, that's a fish there, guys. That was no bunker. That was no bunker. That's a fish. All right. Looks like I might have him foul hooked. He was flopping around kind of weird there. He's coming right for me. Come on, buddy. Another pretty good fish, man. Another pretty good fish. Don't pull. I think he's got like one hook in him. Don't pull. Come on. Yeah, that's another solid fish. God, these guys are big back here, man. Holy smokes. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. Number 2. Another probably slot fish on that SP minnow, that same one. We just changed back to it. God, what a pretty fish. Got some sea lice on them. These guys are fresh. All right. That buddy. Whew, he's out of here. Tide is moving out now, fellas. Oh. I left my lure in the water there as I changed my GoPro battery. And it moved a good 40-50 yards. It's ripping out. These fish are feeding again as they head out to the Navesink. See if we can get a couple more. And I think that will be a day. It's pretty funny. Whenever I start bumping bait, that's when I get a fish. Both fish came that way. Tells you something. Bass are tight to the bait. Just kind of fan casting this point. Starting on our right, making our way left. Usually like to have my lure working with the tide. So if the tide's going out, I like it swimming with the tide out towards the main river. That's what the bait's really doing. It's not like salmon swimming upstream. These guys are gonna kind of go with the flow. Both fish I've had, well, the first fish I had was in a very calm eddy. That second fish though, what's swimming with the water. Oh, that guy down there has a big one. Oh yeah. He's got a big, whew, man. He's letting that thing jump all over the place. He's having a lot of trouble getting it over the rail, as did I. He's struggling. It's kind of hard to watch. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, he spit it. Oh, man. That looked like a bigger fish too, man. Fuck. Right in front of us. Right in front of us. Not even 20 yards. Run it right back through there. Run it right back through there. Come on. That sucks. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my God. That took off, man. Not a bluefish, is it? It's too early for blues. What am I saying? Might be a bigger fish though. No, it's about the same size as the others. Maybe a little smaller than the others, honestly. All right, number 3 on that same SP minnow. A little smaller fish. It's pretty though, man. Really pretty. Yeah, what a spot. All right, let this guy go. All right. Oh, wrong way, buddy. Wrong way. Come here. Whew. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Man, that one just took off running. That was cool. The way that fish ran like that, thought it was a bluefish for a second. It just took me back to fishing Connecticut in the fall last year when I caught or hooked into that monster blue. That just took me for like a 100-yard run. Scream and drag. Let's slow down my retrieve a little bit. These fish have been hitting it. The retrieve has been so slow. similar to how we catch them up in Cape Cod on the beach. You're just slow rolling that thing. With the SP minnows, it swims regardless of how fast you reel it. Even when you're just trickle rolling it, it's still moving, it's still wiggling. Man, imagine living in one of these houses here, like this nice guy. God, I wonder if I'd get sick of fishing. What the fuck am I saying? That's impossible. Oh, that was a hit. Yep. Buddy. Take it. Take it. Take it. You know you want it. It's right where I ran over the last one. That was definitely a hit, though. That was a mean strike. That was not a bunker or a stick. Another 2 guys showed up down there. Now there's 5 dudes fishing in that first spot where I caught that first fish. It's tight over there too, man. Nobody wants to venture out here and join me. So I've been fishing out here, fishing the Jersey Shore for 3 years now. Well, let's put it this way. I've been fishing the Raritan Bay area in the spring for 3 years. This is my 3rd year. And I'm finally figuring it out. I've got my 6 or 7 spots. I know what tides I need to be fishing them at. I haven't had a really good day like this though in a long time. The best day I've ever had actually was not catching bass, but catching weak fish. Actually right out by the Navesink Bridge where we were just fishing. Oh, bumped a bunker right there. That's where they are. Oh, there we go. That's how it happens, man. Find the bait, find the fish. Oh, thought he popped off. I think it's a little guy. Little runner. No, that's actually not that little. Little compared to some of the monsters we caught earlier, for sure. Call it a little bigger than a schoolie. Nice fish though. Got some sea lice on there. Can you see that? That's pretty cool. Some sea lice down there as well. This guy's fresh out of the ocean. Let him go. Buddy. There. Sun's kind of poking out, but it's getting windy. Make a couple fan casts. The tide is moving with the wind now too, so this water is really ripping out to bay. Oh, there we go. Glad I cast in the middle, man. That's a bigger fish too. Woo. Oh, that's a bigger fish. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. It's coming right for me. Oh. That's a bigger one. Can't turn that head. Oh baby. Oh. Don't come off, buddy. Don't come off. Come on. Oh yeah, that's a bigger one. Oh man. That's a bigger fish. He's all torn up too. All right guys, fish number 5. Another solid one. Check that out too. Fish got bit by something, maybe a shark or something, I don't know. Another nice fish, man. Check out that side. Something swiped at this guy. All right, let's go. Whew. Man, it has been non-stop action since we got to this third spot. 5 fish now. That was probably the biggest, maybe the first one. Maybe the first one and that one are probably the same size, but all on that same SP minnow, man. We're gonna keep going here for about another hour. Oh, I feel like a hit. We're just bumping through a lot of bait. I'm still feeling bait. I just kind of stopped feeling fish. Pretty sure all the bass left this. Pretty sure they all left this cove. Doesn't mean we're gonna leave just yet. I'll probably give it another 10 minutes. Those guys down by the bridge really stopped catching fish. Seen them all kind of scatter too. Which means they're getting desperate. Thing to do now would be to go. Oh, that was a bump. That was a big bump. Oh, we're moving through them here. Yeah, the thing to do would be to move to the bridge right now as these fish pour out. I mean, the bait is still here. It's so hard to leave and you're bumping bunker every single cast. I really do think the bass moved with the tide, or they just stopped feeding because it's like 2 hours past slack. Kind of turned off. Here we go again, man. All right, we're getting out of here. We're gonna go try the bridge on the opposite side, and we're done. All right, we are right where that creek juts out into the river. We're gonna wade out as far as we possibly can. Try to get some of these fish that are cruising out. You know they're there. Calling it a day. Hell of a day though. Hell of a way to start the season. 5 fish, had to work a little bit to find them early on there. Spirits were low to start, but once we found them, man. We got 4 slot or bigger fish and 1 schoolie. Some of those slot fish were pretty chunky too, man. God, I'm so glad we found them. I'm so glad we found them. It was cool though. I mean, I knew that was a high tide spot. We got there about an hour before high tide. The fish all came within an hour of high tide and about an hour after. And they were definitely more active about an hour after, but there was so much bait back in that cove. We tried the mouth of that cove just now. Didn't catch anything. Didn't see any bait. Didn't see anybody out here catching fish. So, well, in terms of what is in store next, we have an awesome run coming up here. We have a trip to the Cayman Islands, actually my honeymoon, where I will be bringing my fly rod to do some bone fishing on the flats. So excited about that. Not getting a guide. We're gonna do all DIY bone fishing. I've been reading books, man. I'm ready to go. After that, we're gonna do a May trip up to Cape Cod. Probably fish the canal for the first time ever, and maybe the flats, like the Brewster Flats with our fly rod. All right, guys. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you want me to do. Tell me how you want me to fish. I'll do anything, man. I love a nice challenge. But thanks for watching. See you guys next time.